Hey everyone, I am Alina.
I'm Shaman.
And I'm a therapist here at Harper Therapy. Shaman is Harper, Shaman Harper of Harper Therapy, co-owner, co-founder.
What is it? Like power to the people?
Social hour director here.
Yes, social hour director. That's what I do.
If we are not at social hour, you will be getting a knock on your door.
Right? Oh yeah. 2 o'clock around here is a very important time.
Yeah.
Everybody has a break.
Yeah.
We hang out and joke.
It's social hour.
I mean, well, come on. We do heavy work here.
Yeah, it's important.
So I think it's good to kind of take some of that heaviness and laugh a little sometimes.
There definitely is laughter. There's, great talks, sometimes not the most appropriate stuff, but, hey, we have to get it all out.
Anyway, we've been doing this whole series.
Won't share all our dirty lines.
Right, I was going to say, come on. We've been doing this whole series on grief.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our, third video.
Third video.
On grief.
Yeah. And we wanted to talk this week. Last week we were talking a little bit about anger and how it's an external process, and working with grief is more of an internal process.
Right.
And that leads us into our topic today about just how do I know if I start going inwards and looking at this stuff, it's not just going to be Pandora's box, and I won't ever be able to close all these emotions and things that have come up.
Yeah, once I open that bottle and the genie's out, how do I put that back down in its place?
Right.
And you made a great point a minute ago. You were like, the real thing is like you're living in Pandora's box.
Right.
By not opening that, right?
I cannot take credit for that. That is a Yolanda line.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My wife said that?
Yeah, your wife said that.
I would have never used that if I'd have known that.
Yeah. That's all Yolanda. But it's true. It's like you're on autopilot. Right. You're in the grind. Life feels like Groundhog's Day sometimes, or it's just like the to-do list is never ending. You never can catch up, right? And so all of that is you are living in Pandora's box.
Right. You're numbing. You're
numbing, escaping, video games, TV, social media,
doing
whatever it is, all the things. And that can ultimately lead to just feeling constantly tired.
Right. I mean, doing all that, keeping that in the bottle and trying to manage that it's exhausting, right? Like I think I keep talking about my dad just because that's the biggest grief that I can remember of the last couple of years for me. But that just trying to keep the lid on all that it's exhausting.
Right.
It is like there are days where you're just like, oh my God, I can't do it.
Well, I know for myself, fortunately, recently I haven't had any big losses. I did lose my dad about 7 years ago. And, that was a tough one, and I was able to do a lot of work through that. But, just like the little things in life that maybe don't work out the way I thought they would, or maybe my life doesn't look a certain way at this age that I thought it was going to.
Right.
And so, when I feel emotions about that and I don't deal with them, it is tiring. It's like you're just kind of like hanging on,
right?
Just like by the edge of your seat, like I gotta just keep it together,
Right. I mean, I can remember a few years ago, just to take it off of like losing a physical person.
Yeah.
Like I had some career stuff going on, and I had opportunities, and they didn't pan out the way I thought they were going to pan out, and it was just like the frustration on the end of that, and trying to still work in that environment, and the exhaustion that you're. Just trying to keep your normal day-to-day together while still working through the frustration and all
disappointment.
that. Was just, it was exhausting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, that exhaustion and, talking about the disappointment and the things that we're trying to not deal with, that's all like dealing with grief, right?
Right.
And if we don't deal with it, then we're going to keep having all these other symptoms. And again, we're going to, like talking about what we said in the first video when Christian was here, is like the calls that we get from men are, anxiety, relationship issues, anger, health issues. It's all of these things. No one talks about grief,
right?
Or the disappointment,
right?
The loss of a dream or an expectation, right?
Right.
And so that's why we're here.
The cool thing is though, when you open this box, Pandora's box, right? When you let the genie out of the bottle, or you open the box, you take the lid off of it, all of a sudden all those external things that we have been mentioning, like in last week's video and stuff, they start to resolve.
Yep.
Right? Like when you can get to the core of this grief and the struggle of it, and you start working on that one thing, it starts to resolve, the relationship issues and the frustrations and the irritability and, the anger that you're kind of working through, all the symptoms things that we had talked about that guys don't even call in about.
Right.
Or what that they do call in about those things, not the grief. Right.
And I think the takeaway there too is that, and please know, like as a guy out there, like you're not the only one, but it's really, it can be scary to think about going within and dealing with some of that stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, guys aren't taught how to manage grief.
Right.
Guys aren't taught how to manage emotions, let alone grief.
Right.
Which grief is such a powerful emotion that can go on for years
and years. It's not linear. It's not, there's no like step-by-step process, even though we'd like there to be.
Right. There's the whole 5 stages.
Right.
And you can go from stage 1 to stage 3 to stage 2 to stage 1 to stage 5 to stage 2 to stage, all before linear. 8 a.m.
Right. 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 And so I think part of this process, even just therapeutically, what we do here at Harper Therapy is we are able to explore it in a safe space, in a contained environment, and also give you, like, talk about what is the potential benefit of dealing with this stuff, because most people don't come in here because everything's going great. You know, it's like they're coming in because there's, like we said, relationship issues, work issues, issues with children, family members, and we're here to help make those things better. Right. And part of the way that we make those things better is helping you look at what's going on inside. Right.
So you can give us a call.
Yeah.
At 813-434-3639.
And we will be talking with you next week a little bit more about the hope in all of this. So
yeah, it does bring some hope working through all of this. So. Yeah. See you guys.
Bye.